Hi, I'm Richie Jackson. I'm going to be doing a commentary on my And Now part from 2008. This is 15 years old now, so let's jump in. So right off the bat, this right here, we found serendipitously in a tiny town in Australia called Collector. We were with Lizard King. Does anyone remember Lizard King? We were driving along and we saw this sign that said Collector, population 20. It was the middle of the night and we're like, we gotta go to Collector. We were not expecting to find this, and it's this incredible structure that is actually a sculpture that was meant to be the front end of a house, but it was too spooky for the people of the town and they ran the dude out. It's called Dreamer's Gate and it's become something of a motif for me. I put it on one of my boards and felt a really strong personal connection with it. It's just so spooky looking. It's like Geiger in the desert. I don't know, I was into it. So this trick right here is at the legendary Burnside in Portland, Oregon. Obviously we had a lot of transition talent in the And Now crew, none of which I possessed. So whenever I was skating Burnside, I went up the street as I tend to do and found this little thing. It was a quick something out of nothing, but I'm really happy with how that came out. So all of these pants with the stripes were self-made. I used to get a white or beige pair of pants, dye them the color that I wanted. Then I would put masking tape down the pants and use fabric ink to paint the stripes on. Because we were mostly filming in VX, if you had regular pinstripe pants, the pinstripes would not show up. And I needed those stripes to show up. So I'd paint them about that thick and the VX would pick it up.
But now I hear a noise. Is there any way out of this nightmare?
This one I wasn't that hyped on with the literal edit of Now I Hear a Noise and then there's the noise of the trash can, but whatever. I think I was the only one that was bugged by it. So this line at this school in San Diego, after I got the wall ride nollie 50180, I spent a couple hours trying a wall ride nollie nose grind pop out. I put a few of them down and never got it. It's one of the ones that got away, and I'm still yet to film that trick, but hey, the night is young.
You better let me know, 'cause I've already started my plan.
So this right here is the infamous varial kickflip hippie jump.
I once filmed a varial flip hippie jump, and that's something I have to live with every day. Please, when doing this trick in public, wear a mask.
Never gonna let you go, no, no. Lord, I've lived on the dark side of the moon.
So this right here is the result of me and John Holland going all around San Diego cutting rails out. We would alter spots so that we could skate them, and you can see on the wall there where the rails used to be. It's probably criminal damage, but we were young.
And I've been to the heart of the sun.
So this transition right here was my idea. John thought it was great. I remember him being really impressed, like, whoa, how did you think of that? I'm like, I don't know, it seemed kind of obvious to me. But I do like that it changes from one line to another line, and one day to another day, perfectly. And we didn't have to use special effects, we just chopped it. So this right here was a dream spot of mine. I don't know if you recall in Misled Youth when Jamie Thomas does the ollie over the chain to frontside wall ride. I always loved that shot and I always wanted to get a trick there. And I did. John suggested I should board slide the first chain before the first pole there, go over the peak and into the second chain and then out. He was like, if you do that, that's like ender material. I don't know why I didn't do it. I should have listened. This kickflip out of the manual haunts me. I hate it. All clown toe-y, not a fan. So I was going back and forth between Australia and the US a fair bit, kind of tripping out on the fact that I was even getting a TransWorld part. It just didn't really seem real, but this was found in Mossman, where I used to live, Sydney, Australia. I would ride my bike around and just look for whatever I could find, and that I'm really happy with. It's probably the first Nautis spin that I put out there. I wanted it to be a good one. Stoked on it.
When I catch you, Lord, I'm gonna never let you go.
So Melcher and his guest trick, the wall ride board slide on Sunset. The way Melcher approaches skateboarding is very artistic and very intelligent and very egomaniacal, which I love. He said, this trick is on Sunset Boulevard. When people drive by it, which they will, they'll have no choice but to think of me. So I don't want to blow his cover, but he totally wiped out there. We chopped it last second. This I was really hyped on. Obviously we all know how legendary this spot is from the Penny Destruction session. The other Destruction session was John's pants. He had to slide down that thing a bazillion times. And I remember he wore out his new jeans and I still feel bad about it. I'm sorry, John. This I was hyped on. It is dirt to dirt rather than traditionally you'd go concrete, dirt to concrete. Anyway, it's in Beverly Hills and I went back there. The whole thing's created now. R.I.P. Sticking more poles in walls, huh? I seemed to like doing that back then. That I was hyped on. I remember Trapasso bet me a 6-pack of Singtao to do that. I thought that was cool of him. John got really upset with me this day, and I totally get it. I ollied the 15 stair there at that spot, and I never ollie 15. So I was in like this manic state, and he was like, oh, I didn't film it right. And I'm like, oh, well, you gotta film it better then. Man, bad move. I think he's been pissed at me ever since. I'm so sorry, John. I was young and hungry. I didn't know what I was saying or doing. This is the nose notice. Well, it's the first nose notice, I gotta say. So this pole jam here was in Phoenix, Arizona. I went out to Phoenix with John and the crew, and I remember just being really intimidated because I knew very well that John filmed the day, the Muska day, where he knocked out almost his entire feedback part in one day. I'm like, whoa, I'm with John Holland in Phoenix. Like, this is where the day happened. Obviously, I was never gonna pull a Muska, but I at least got that pole jam. So this is at a war memorial in Canberra. I remember a dude pulled up and tried to fight all of us for skating a war memorial. I remain conflicted on the issue. I don't know if you should or shouldn't skate war memorials. Probably not, but hey, we were young and stupid, right? That's my excuse for everything. My tooth was kind of busted there. Still is. This is obviously a fabricated spot, this finger flip hippie jump. I got better at fabricating spots after this. The guys standing in the background were in a band called the Hell City Glamours. Archie Fires, I remember. They were cool. They had their own thing going on. I think they were on their way to a gig. So this is a regrettable one, the firecracker down the 19 stair in Melbourne. Callum Paul had already done it, but I was so desperate to get this TransWorld part out there and make it as good as it could be that I totally double-crossed him and did it as well. I would not do that now. I think ethically it's messed up. If somebody's got the thing, it's theirs. But like I said, young and stupid. Same old excuse. So what I was really hyped on about these two clips was that Jeff Grosso liked them. He said something along the lines of, you know that dude who like sticks poles in the ground, waxes the ground between them and slides along it dressed like Jimi Hendrix? Yeah, that was kind of cool. So obviously to get the Grosso validation is huge. Thank you, brother, wherever you are. Power Cracker. That was definitely the first one of those. So this line I was really hyped on. Getting the switch tray in there felt super important for some reason. We had seen Gons do a switch tray in a line and we're like, whoa, that's so out of left field for him. And I wanted to be Gons-like. The These trees right here, I have seen a photo from 1985, which incidentally is the year I was born, where Mike V is doing a boneless on the bank, and the trees are nothing but saplings. I always thought that was insane that I had to wait, you know, what is it, 22 years for them to grow to the size where that trick was possible. This nose slide leg threader, I remember Josh Kalis being stoked on, which obviously meant the world to me because he was my idol growing up. He was like, no, something about that, like that nose slide with the leg through, that was cool. Thank you, Josh. I don't think you know how much it means. So this switch escalator slide, I did, and I remember being very conscious of not putting my hands on the railings because I had done it regular in a previous video part, and it's the early days of internet comments, and somebody's like, doesn't count, he touched. So I was like, I'm not touching. Nobody cares. This I was really hyped on. This was one that I had planned. I'm like, I would really love to get a back 3 hippie jump. John showed me that spot. I'm like, it's on. Back to the Jamie Thomas chain. This dude just can't get enough of that thing. This was part of a line, this airwalk scare walk. It had a half cab flip hippie jump before it, but it was kind of sketch, and John was like, you should leave that out, and he was right. This right here is definitely the best thing I've ever done. Probably went back about 5 times, wrecked myself, but I had that 20-year-old determination of I'm going to do this. It is pretty messed up when you think about it. It's an ollie over a 10-stair rail to a frontside wall ride grab out. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. This right here, Garfield, people seemed happy with that ender. There was a long lens of it that I really wanted to play afterward, but I think the dude lost the footage. So yeah, you'll never see that. But yeah, this was a magical thing to happen to a young man. I still can't really make sense of it, you know, or that it was even me or how I got so lucky, but I guess I have to thank John, Blair, all the And Now crew, everyone at TransWorld. I'm getting emotional. I love you guys. Thanks for everything. Peace.
You've been told so many times not to come here and you won't listen. Do you want me to just start having the police come instead of telling you?
Do you recognize me?
Huh?
Do you recognize me?
You got a camera. Guys are always coming here. Why do you guys think you can do this?
What do we do? We're skateboarders. I mean, you
This
ride
is
in a cart,
this
we
a
ride
skateboard? Is this a skateboard park?
Is it a go-kart park?
You know, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna call. Get the fuck out of here!
I got him with that one, man.